Real talk. No bull. Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody, to episode 53 with Glee.
Oh, God. We only just decided to do that, so apologies.
I am Tim,
Braden?
and we have special guest on the show tonight. Becc, how are we?
Awesome. How are you?
Yeah, we're good, thank you. Thanks so much for coming down
Thank you.
from the sunny coast.
Oh, you come from the sunny coast?
Yeah.
Oh, what a trek.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was nice to have an hour by myself in the car.
It is, isn't it? It's good. It's not a bad drive either,
Yeah, it's good.
except for the traffic.
Straight road, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
All the treenery.
That's it. So what part of the sunny coast are you on?
Budrum.
Budrum.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's good.
Yeah. No,
Is
that
what a
is
ginger factory is?
the what?
Never been there, but yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Well, it's technically not in Budrum.
It's not, but it's
called
on-
the Budrum
Yeah.
Ginger Factory. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Have you been there?
No,
It's pretty good.
ginger factory.
If you like ginger,
Okay,
it's a good day for the kiddies.
I like ginger.
Go.
I might have to.
Let's do it.
Now that you told me,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're coming.
you're coming.
We'll talk. No, we're coming.
Ginger factory tour.
Some free passes, please. We're broke.
Yeah. So how we been? Anyways, we having a good week? Good weekend?
Yeah, pretty chill, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got away to Harvey Bay.
Yeah, you got away Harvey Bay.
Harvey Bay, yeah.
Oh,
Went
H
down.
Bay.
Lara had a little 10K fun run thingy there.
Oh, you cool?
So went down and showed the support, and we got away with a few other couples and their kiddies, and just chilled by the pool, and
Yep.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah, cool.
What about yourself?
Yeah, I did.
You did a bit of a run, didn't
I had
you?
a fun run on the weekend too. 21.1 k.
Fun run.
So that was good. Yeah. It's not
Fun.
so fun, but you know.
I don't
here we
think
are.
I could run 500 meters.
But I broke my PB,
Oh, yeah,
so that was good. I was pretty stoked on that.
that's good, man.
Yeah,
Bravo.
cracked the 2 hour mark, or 1 hour 56 or something like that. So
You did it with a few dads from the DC.
that's right. The DC runners.
Mhm.
Yeah, a few of us got along there. It's a lead up event to the GD in about 4 weeks. So yeah, there we go. The old DC Dad's Community.
Yep.
Yeah. Find them on Facebook under Dad's Community Private or Dad's Community Public. Yeah.
What he
There you go.
said.
There you go.
You're good with that
But
stuff.
we're gonna just start the episode tonight with everybody's favorite section.
What ripped your undies?
All right, I'm gonna go first because it's something that happened to me today,
Ooh.
and it was of no fault but my own.
Oh.
I was on the work site, and all my batteries died. Yeah, and I really thought this morning. I thought, you know what? I got enough juice to get through today, and then literally one went, and then the next went, and the next went, and by 2 o'clock I had out of batteries.
When you have those thoughts, mate, you know you're doomed.
And I was just
You'll be
like,
right.
damn. And, you know, this house has got no power. It's all been ripped out. The drug remediation. So we're
No, yeah.
reinstating all the stuff. And, yeah, is what it is. Yeah.
No, I'll go.
I was done by 2
Oh,
o'clock.
sorry. I
anyways.
thought you were done. Sorry.
Nah, that's all right.
Okay.
You're right. You're right.
I love my kids,
Yeah.
but by God, they ripped my undies on the way home from Harvey Bay.
Oh, why?
You know? Well, first of all, when we go on these long trips, I don't like them being on their devices because it's like, it's good to be bored.
Same.
Just check out the greenery,
Yep.
check out all the other things. Because I crashed my car. I'm like, see what cars you like. You know, just have a look around. And, you know, Zach's switch only had 4% battery, and he kept asking me about, you know, Dad, can I use your charger off the car? I'm like, buddy, it's not the same power. It just doesn't work. But just the I'm bored. It's like, guys, you telling me is not going to help you being bored.
No.
It's just going to get me mad.
No.
It's going to get your mum mad. Then we're all going to be mad. And you know what happened? We got mad. And then they weren't allowed to watch TV or anything like that, because that also led to them fighting in the back because, you know, Zach wouldn't let Abby play with her pens, and, you know, because she wasn't allowed to play with the pens, he wasn't allowed to touch this, and it's just like, oh, fuck, whatever. That car, I was kind of like...
I saw a really good little video the other day of some parents, and there was just them filming their kids walking down the road in the middle of nowhere. and then underneath it was like the boys decided to have a punch up in the back seat, so we pulled over and made them walk.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
could work.
Yeah.
Could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my kids would shit their. Oh my god, they would shit their pants. They would.
No, Dad, I don't want to
Oh
get out.
yeah, man, absolutely. That would traumatize them. I have to send them to Becc.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. You got anything, Beck?
Off the top of my head, it would have to be getting up this morning, just trusting that my teenagers would tidy their dinner mess up, because I generally will go to bed earlier than them and they still haven't eaten when I go to bed sometimes.
Yeah.
And just coming down to the kitchen being completely like annihilated, and food that wasn't meant to be eaten, and just, yeah.
Yep.
3 teenagers. The 8-year-olds are
Oh.
right, but the 3 teenagers, yeah.
Lift your game, kids.
So things to
Yeah.
look forward to, eh?
Oh, yeah. It's like having rogue toddlers
Oh,
that
God.
can do things for themselves but haven't quite caught on to like responsibility of cleaning up after themselves.
Mm.
Yeah. It's
Lara
good
will say
times.
that's like living with you, Braden.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You asked her what rips her undies. I'll give you what rips her undies actually.
Oh, yeah, go.
In the morning, I try to eat over the sink with my toast, but I always leave crumbs on the
Oh.
sink. And I'm trying to do the right thing. Like I try, because I'm rushing between getting ready and having a coffee, and but
But you're a half boy Hank.
Hmm?
You're a half boy Hank.
yeah.
You don't clean up after yourself.
Well, I think I do, but I like at the same time I'm trying not to make noise, because if I make a skerrick of noise, the kids are just 5 o'clock. They're up. So I'm trying to.
Half the day's gone, mate. Get them out of bed.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, I digress. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tangent.
Yeah. All good. All good. Okay, so Beck, got you on tonight. Talk about what you do. It's pretty interesting. I mean, Braden and I find it pretty interesting. So yeah, floor's yours.
So what do I do?
Yeah, what do you do?
So I'm a trauma-informed somatic practitioner and breathwork practitioner. I also teach like yin yoga, but I guess, yeah, that's kind of they're all my kind of modalities. And they are all sort of under the umbrella of my movement, the ripple effect.
Yep.
And I guess the overarching movement of the ripple effect is really bringing connection back between men and women. And then sort of going deeper into that, one of my one of my biggest passions in the work that I do is educating others in trauma and somatics and nervous system, and healing that way. Yeah, just coming back to wholeness through understanding all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Explain to me somatic, because I hear that word a lot and I don't really know what it means.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the new buzzwords in like healing, self-development, that sort of thing.
Get after it, Tim.
I have a quiet voice. So somatic really is of the body. So
okay.
it's there's a lot of stuff out there about mindset, right? And cognitive work, talk therapy, that's all kind of a top-down approach. So working with the mind, thoughts, awareness, that sort of thing. Somatics is going in a completely different direction, and it's working from the body up.
Body approach.
Yeah. So it's really about reconnecting the parts of ourselves. So reconnecting the mind and the body, so we can have awareness around our thoughts and our words and behaviors. But often we're sort of disconnected from here down, and we're not sort of aware of what's happening in the body. When you can come into like that awareness of sensations, emotions, you can build a capacity to hold more, and to be more present in the experience of being a whole human being, which, just honestly creates so much freedom in your life.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
like we always say, now that we're more informed about breath work, the body remembers what the mind forgets.
100%. Yeah.
And yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there.
It's a good one.
Cool.
Yeah, I love it. I always try to throw that in whenever I get a chance. Makes me sound intelligent.
There you go. There you
It's
go.
true.
So let's just rewind a little bit. So where'd you grow up?
I was born in Dubbo, which
Okay.
is in the central western New South Wales. I've always been given a lot of grief.
The zoo.
I've got a mate that lives there actually.
Yeah.
Dubbo Zoo's
I
awesome.
was born there. We lived like sort of around that area until I was about 4. So country girl at heart. Then moved to Sydney, and I was in Sydney for majority of my life.
Sydney seems pretty chaotic.
Yeah, there's pockets of it. I lived on the northern beaches
Okay.
from about like 13. So that still was like home in a way, and it's a pretty beautiful place to live. But yeah, chaotic. It's busy,
And expensive?
busy and expensive, which creates more busyness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been.
No, I haven't. I've only been to Sydney once, and I was only there for one night.
Yeah, and if you're only in the city as well, you're missing probably the good bits.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I got to drive over the bridge, and I saw the Sydney Opera House from the car.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it
That's
was
it.
like tick tick.
you've been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to see it. I took a photo quickly. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No, it was good. It
Oh,
was
it's
good.
gold.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah. And then you've obviously moved up here.
Yeah, I moved up here almost 5 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the COVID push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was running my beauty business in Sydney, so that just continuously got shut down. And in that sort of space of time, I also trained in breath work, and that community was on the Gold Coast. So as soon as I think the last lockdown happened, I literally it was a bit of an adventure for myself and my kids. Put all of our stuff in storage, jam-packed the car as much as I could and still fit the kids in, drove to Byron, booked 4 weeks accommodation and just winged life. And we ended up being able to get across the border a week later.
Yep.
Landed on the Gold Coast for a couple of months and then just got drawn up here. So been here ever since.
North side's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
North side's pretty good.
Yeah. North side's nice.
Yeah.
When we moved here, we were kind of like, we probably want to go more closer to the sunny coast.
Yeah.
It's definitely a nice part of the world.
It's a good spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd love to live there.
Yeah.
It's God's country.
Oh
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Love it there.
Nice. And so what actually got you into this sort of work with the nervous system and whatnot? What took you into that?
It was kind of following threads for a long time. I guess ultimately it was all of the experiences that I was healing from that created the threads for me to follow. So in my early even teen years, I was going to therapy and going into lots of different modalities for myself. And that was almost a curiosity that I couldn't quite get rid of. So it just continuously led me to new things. And so I think just before COVID times, I started to see breath work and things like that. Once we were able to go and do things again with other humans, I went to a full day event, and that kind of changed the trajectory of my life. And that thread sort of took me into experiencing more events like that, and then that really just woke me up to realizing that was what I was here for.
Yeah.
So I sort of went down the breathwork path pretty extensively, facilitator training and then facilitating and then training others, and then I think the whole time that I was in that sort of space, I was noticing maybe as a woman that there was a lot that wasn't kind of taught or trained. And then that sort of led me to the thread of somatics and really working with trauma in a way that's a little bit more digestible and, just really broadening my scope of understanding and practice.
Do you find there's a really a big need for the service that you provide? Is there a lot of people out there currently seeking that?
I think there's a lot of people seeking a lot of things, whether those things are supportive or not supportive. I think majority of people have got something in them that they're seeking more, which may lead them down a path that could be self-destructive, or it might lead them down a path that's supportive and helpful.
Yeah. It usually starts with the self-destructive
Yeah.
path first,
And
and
then,
then they we'll
Yeah.
rebuild.
You ride this
Yeah.
also, the self-destructive path is oh, here I go. Oh, it's really good. And then you go,
Yeah.
and then you
Not so
need,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
right.
really what happens.
Yeah.
What's happened to me, but
Yeah. I just rode this long path of this long flat
yours was
path.
steady.
Yeah, I guess my self-destructive mode was right at the very start, and then I just kind of like climbed out of it, but I still just kept on my like little self-destructive quest.
Yeah, no, I was like,
Yeah.
I was the opposite. I was trying to deal with shit,
Mm,
and then visuals for the
Yeah.
for the fans.
yeah,
I was like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, my life's going pretty shit. Oh, that feels good. And then I went like that,
yeah,
and then I fucking plummeted,
yeah.
and I thought, oh,
Jump.
there's the ground. No, it goes further,
Yeah, oh yeah.
and then that's when people do the soul searching.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a bit of a question. Well, I do have a question actually.
That's what we do here.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
I so for, the thing is, people see the cost that comes with breath work and stuff like that. Like you know, I don't know, like because we talk with Sam a lot, and when he offers the pay what you can or half or whatnot, people jump on it, and then once they realize how fucking good it is, then they're more than happy to. It's almost like a try before you buy thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I think if people didn't have to do that, they would see the benefits of any kind of breath work. And it's like because I did a session with him, it was like a bloody drug experience.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you could disconnect your body from your brain like that. And when we did, you know, how long did we do it at the dad's one?
I think it was only
10,
like
15
10,
minutes?
15 minutes. Yeah.
Even that,
Yeah.
I started to feel the same effects, like different sort of breath work.
Yeah.
But I could still feel the tingles, and I was like, oh, I've got to drive. I better not. But yeah, anyway, do you find people get put off by the cost of it?
Having to pay.
Well, not having to pay, but the way I liken it is to like when I used to do American barbecue, right? It was expensive, but there's a lot of labor that goes into it, and then once they're eating the product, fuck, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Well, that's a weird comparison, but is that helping me? I fucked this question up.
No, you got there in the end.
Yeah.
I think there's probably an element of that for people. I think people are, until, like you say, until you've experienced it, it's not something that you can explain,
Yeah.
right? You can't
can't.
explain what someone's going to experience through having a, journey like that. So I think there's an element of like, I'll stick to what I know and I'll pay for the things that I trust and have experienced and maybe have brought me good results or comfortable results.
That's probably a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's, I guess, I would imagine, I was never like this. I'm sort of one of those people that's like, let's just do it. I'm going to do it.
Bull by the horns.
But I would imagine, and I can understand that there's, like what you see on social media sometimes looks pretty hectic when you're watching like a room full of people going through a big breathwork session. And I would have like the 9D stuff, like to see the graphics of that is like pretty intense. So I think there's an element of fear there for a lot of people. Yeah, I guess those are kind of the things that hold people back from doing it. It's like scary. I don't know what will happen. I'm not comfortable with expressing emotion like that, like the things
Losing
I see
control.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. And like we saw plenty of dads at the Rise event not know what to expect. And even just 15 minutes of them doing the breathwork journey,
Yeah, there was a few.
like, you could see how much it affected them. And I think a few of them went to your
to the big
ripple effect,
event.
didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, mate, get on board, people.
Mm.
Get on board. Stop spending money on weed and drugs and alcohol and
Yeah.
just give it a chance.
Like it's a really, I think
Take
there's
yourself away.
like a distinction to make in that, like you choose your hard for a
Yeah.
start, but also like it's not necessarily wrong for people to soothe. Like our body and nervous system is constantly seeking balance and self-soothing. And there's like a practice that I do within my training with the practitioners that are kind of coming through training. It's think of something that you go to soothe yourself that may not actually be helpful in the long run. And then think of something that you do that's really supportive that helps you in the long run. So there's like either self-soothing habits or like unconscious choices that we make, like going for a drink or like whatever those sort of vices are for people, that's pretty much automatic because the body's like constantly trying to find balance and soothing. And then you can actually choose things that are supportive, like training or, you know, exercise, eating well, doing something like breath work, going for a sauna. Like there's a really clear distinction in those unconscious things that we reach for to fill a void and choosing something that's actually really supportive and helping you to move forward.
Thing is, though, those negative vices, there's no effort. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You take it and it's just what's instantaneous, really. But
Yeah.
Well, it comes down to like
you want to do it as
the
well.
path of resistance and the
Yeah.
path of least resistance, right?
Yeah,
Of course.
The path of least resistance is always going to give you the instant gratification, whereas the path of resistance is always takes longer to get there, but is more rewarding at the end of it. you
Yeah.
know?
And sustainable.
Yeah.
In the long
And you know
run.
what? Like for me, honestly, I would happily do it, but I didn't have what I thought was a lot of time to go. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go to a breathwork session for 2 hours, and so I still feel like that now. But you have to be selfish.
Well, the
You've
thing
got to
is,
look after
you
yourself.
you don't necessarily need a lot of time, like 15 to 20 minutes in the
Yeah.
morning, and you can set yourself up for the whole day.
No, I meant more like if I could speak to someone and just say, well, that money that you're putting towards all that other stuff, put it towards a breathwork session because I can't guarantee it, but 8 times out of 10, you're going to come out of that feeling not foggy. Well, you might feel foggy from the breathwork, but it's not that drug or that haze or that daze, and your body is just chilled, and it's relaxed, and it's from a healthy place.
Do you come across a lot of like skeptical people, like skeptics?
I don't personally.
No. I guess because when they're coming to you,
They've already made the
seeking it.
they've already
decision.
made the decision that that's
Yeah.
what they need, right?
It's like going to a comedy show. You're going to laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know.
And generally speaking, like most people that I work with, there's already like majority of people, there's already either like a recommendation from somebody else or there's been a like relationship built already.
Yeah.
But I guess like my work isn't so much running breathwork events. It's breathwork's just a part of what I use. And the more that I've sort of gone into the somatic work, the less I'm sort of leaning on breathwork. My belief is that going to a breathwork event is a really incredible like pattern interrupt. And then this is why I love the education side of things. Because once you've had that pattern interrupt, you kind of like a little bit more curious about what that path could lead you down. And so for me, it's like in an ideal world, if somebody came to like the big event, for instance, there's only like 1 hour out of 8 hours of that event that's breath work. The rest is a lot about connection and like the experience, lots of different sort of practices that we do. My ideal situation would be someone coming to that and then them creating that curiosity of like, okay, so what else can I actually explore here within myself, and then going down a path of learning a little bit more about their nervous system, about their unconscious patterns, about the experiences in the past that are actually still stored in their body as energy that's creating some of those unconscious patterns that are playing out. For me, it's like the pattern interrupt is awesome. However, there's a lot more to kind of become curious about and look at, and then it becomes not so much a matter of finding a couple of hours to go to a breathwork event, but more developing and reorganizing your nervous system to a point where you don't need to go for a 2-hour breathwork session. You've actually got like these internal tools, and like things have been reorganized to a point where you're actually not feeling like you don't have time, where you're feeling much more present in your life, where you're feeling really fulfilled, where you've set boundaries, so that you're not kind of overgiving to different areas and you're losing time and energy there. Like it creates a level of presence and alignment in your life that you feel free. And yeah,
It's very true.
yeah.
I remember after the breath work, I was like, I didn't know how to explain how I felt afterwards. Like that, it just felt, what's the word? I guess lethargic, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I didn't have a worry,
Yeah.
and my body didn't feel stressed or tense. I felt relaxed. But yeah, that was just exactly how I felt. So, and I had a question. I forget it. You mentioned yin yoga.
Yeah.
I did yin yoga for a while.
What is yin yoga, and
It
how
is
is it
fucking
different
hard.
to normal yoga?
It is very hard. It is hard,
it's
man.
when you got ADHD. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So,
It is, but it was
yin-
so good.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it.
We also apologise for our really uncomfortable.
Oh,
material
yeah.
It's
seats.
fine.
Again, if we know anyone out there that has some chairs or want to sponsor us, throw something out. We'll always.
My chair's actually not that bad.
Yeah,
I
this
have
is fine.
I think
Comfy.
A bit of timber right up my ass. Yeah. I got to change chairs. I don't know why I don't do it every week, but yeah, yin yoga in the heat and the dripping and trying to. I'll let Beck.
Yeah, so what's the difference between yin yoga and just normal yoga?
So yin, most yoga like dynamic, hatha, like all of the stronger yoga is like a yang, so like masculine energy, and the yin is a feminine. So yin is not actually like a traditional yoga; it's a passive practice. So essentially, you are finding the shapes or the poses in the session that work for your body, rather than trying to like create a perfect yoga stance. And you generally like hold the shapes for a longer period of time. So it's actually about allowing yourself to find a level of discomfort that's comfortable enough, and then become still and soften and slow down. So that's probably why you find a bit challenging about that.
It was, but mate, I lost so much weight doing it. I don't know how I did, but I lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, so it's amazing. Like for me, working somatically, there's just so many amazing benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I guess like when you're holding the poses for longer, like that whole breath and being in tune with your breath comes into play.
yeah, and being in tune with the actual sensations of your body. So it's like focusing. Well, the way that I would like facilitate yin is like, okay, finding the sensation and actually noticing that sensation and breathing into that sensation, like expanding it when you breathe in and softening it as you breathe out. But what it's doing on like a physiological level is it's actually helping our fascia lengthen, and it's flushing the body, like detoxifying the body through basically it's like allowing the body to flush energy, fluid, lymph, like the lymphatic system. It's helping all of the systems of the body like get a good kind of cleanse. Yeah,
Bit of a
Thank you.
cleanse.
Another recommendation.
Yeah,
Do it.
yin is great. Yeah,
It is hard.
Yeah,
It's very hard.
yeah.
And you sleep so well afterwards, man.
Yeah.
I should get back into it.
It's a
Definitely.
practice for like the nervous system to move into a parasympathetic state, so that rest and digest, which like a lot of people don't necessarily have as much access to as the going state, like the activated state.
And holding those states for longer, that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely challenging.
Yeah, I definitely don't do enough stretching
Mate,
for the amount of exercise I do. I definitely don't stretch
maybe
enough.
we need to do a real talk no ball yin yoga session with Beck.
Yeah. Maybe, quite possibly.
Stay tuned. I've got an idea.
That's right. Let's do it.
Yeah, there you go. Braden's full of ideas.
Oh, Jesus, am I? Fucking hell.
Yeah, we'll get past our main idea at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. The quest.
Yeah, we've got a survival quest coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's our little
Seen the
passion,
TV series alone?
little passion project at the moment.
Little bits of it. I don't really watch TV, but
Something very similar, but we won't be alone.
Nah, it'll be us three. We have to keep
There'll be
Dean
three
alive.
of us in the
We got to
bush.
keep Dean alive.
Yeah, keep Dean alive.
So good.
Yeah,
Let's face it, we're not going to eat him. He'll eat us.
yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm sure he turned
Anyway.
into a savage.
Tangents,
right.
digressing.
That's right.
It's not about us.
No, no. So tell us about your event that you have.
The big event.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we ran, it's called Unity. So it's a full day transformative event for men and women. So we do our best. It's always a bit of a flurry at the end to get the numbers even, but we do our best to have half men, half women. Yep. It's essentially creating an environment for men and women to connect and to actually see each other, hear each other, understand each other. And it's about just really dissolving some of the misconceptions and the things that kind of keep us separate.
Yep. Sorry, do you have to be a couple to?
No.
No?
So
'Cause
some people
Couples do
come
it,
in
but you
together as
would
couples.
pair up
and
two strangers and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have
Well, how does that go down?
Yeah.
with
Strangers
Like,
doing
two,
it.
two strangers.
Yeah,
Like,
amazing.
Yeah.
It'll be easier because they don't
Yeah.
know each other. There's no.
Yeah. I mean, I think initially most people are kind of nervous, but I guess that's where the skill of being able to create and guide, facilitate, and create that space that feels safe and like it's pretty quick that people connect. Like in the first 5 or 10 minutes, you just feel the energy shift completely.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty rare to find a place that's the focus. And obviously this is why I do it and I love it so much. But for me, I think there's a lot of separation, like micro and macro. A lot of, obviously people that have gone through challenging relationships or heartbreaks or things like that, there tends to be something that, we unconsciously kind of paint the picture of the world with our own experiences, and that can cause a lot of separation between men and women. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding between men and women. So yeah, it's like such a beautiful honor to be able to create a space and environment for something different to happen between men and women.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I was just going to say, like, because a lot of what you see online right now is there's a lot of stuff online that is trying to create a lot of division
is there fucking
between
ever.
men and women.
Yeah.
And I watched something the other day.
Abby Chatfield.
No, don't even need to
That
mention
pissed me off.
it. Yeah, and
Powerful enemy.
and I can't really remember the context of what I watched, but I just said, this conversation is so boring. Like, why does there need to be such division cast between men and women? It's like women need men, men need women. Let's just agree that that's what needs to happen. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like,
So we plugged the hole. That's not going to come out right. I'm just going to say it anyway. We plug the holes that women can't fill, and then they do the same to us. It's you don't need to be.
You are right. That did not come out.
Well, you get what what I mean? Like, we pick up each other's slack. We don't need to be exactly the same.
That's right.
Otherwise, that'll be boring as shit.
Yeah.
I do things that Lara doesn't do, which is not much because she does a lot. But it's like this, different, but
So that's what you're essentially doing.
Yeah.
Is
filling holes,
is creating this
creating
connection between.
Yeah, it's the
between the men
unity thing. Like, I think I kind of reflect. I spoke about this on a different podcast as well. Like, as a kid, I was like a massive tomboy, and like I played footy with the boys every day. Like, always had boy best mates. Like, loved it.
country girl.
Yeah, like grew up in sharing sheds. It was just more fun for me to be playing footy. And I think that kind of was the beginning thing for me of like really just loving and appreciating men. And my male friendships then and now are so different to my female friendships. And yeah, like I mean, kind of going through my own relationship challenges and things like that, there was points in time where I kind of either wasn't allowed to have male friendships or, you know, was just immersed in like family and marriage and all of that sort of stuff. But kind of coming out the other side of that, I was thinking of this earlier to, I guess, bring into the conversation, but I went through a very short period of online or like app dating. I think I went on one date, but I was on the apps for probably 2 weeks. One app, not Tinder.
What? I thought that's the only.
It was like, I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago. And it was kind of at the end of like healing from the last kind of breakup. And what it actually gave to me, that experience, what it actually gave to me was like a remembering and a really deep appreciation for men. Not because I could talk to them like my girlfriends, but because they're so different to us. And there was just so much like simplicity, like had lots of cool chats and made some friends on there, you know, like just the conversations that I had were like fun and funny. And, you know, like men are simple, and I mean that in the nicest way, like not stupid simple, that they're just simple, and it's like so refreshing because
no,
we're
we
pretty
get it.
complex.
Yeah, we get it.
We get it.
And so that point in time kind of, that was actually when I first started thinking about the concept of ripple without realizing that that was what it was going to be. But it was like creating an environment or a space or something that allowed men and women to actually connect really without because there's so much BS on like online data. There was like this whole culture that I was completely unaware of, like language, and I was like, "What is? I don't understand." And my girlfriend's like, "Oh no, it means this." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"What?"
man. I remember when I heard something, I was like, "What
It's
the
just
hell?"
like it was like a full-time job.
Yeah.
It was wild.
In a translator.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even
I'll
know.
educate you
You're
off
lucky.
air.
Oh,
because it's
wouldn't even
vulgar.
know. Yeah.
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like reignited this really awesome appreciation again for men, while so many women around me had been saying, "Oh, like they're so this or they're so that," and like there's culture in women as well, talking smack about men and pigeonholing men, and you know, that was kind of the beginning, or like I guess like a seed of what was to come in creating what I do now. But we're actually so different. Like you say, we're so different. Like we're wired different. Our nervous systems are different. The way our brains function, the way our right brain speaks to our left brain, completely different. And I think there's so much tension between men and women. Like, oh, you just don't get me, or why are you doing like that? Like, why would you do that? And women go and talk to other women and bitch about men and say, you know, oh, he's so stupid, he did this. Or it's like, well, actually, no, you're different. We're different to them. And if we actually could see and understand, have a little bit more insight and a little bit more curiosity, a little bit more compassion for the differences, then you realize that it's, I'm not going to say what you said, but it really is like we actually are so compatible by design.
That's right.
We're meant to be in unity with each other. We're not meant to be in competition with each other. We're not meant to be the same. We're not meant to have the same strengths. We're not meant to have the same weaknesses, because we're meant to be unified. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but I do definitely feel like I don't cop it, but it feels like there's a lot more men bashing, like as in the movement of
like the culture of
it's and like
disturbing to me.
I don't know if this is true or not either, but from my perspective, it's just like men are expected to just understand that that's how our partners feel and think, and you know that's how it is. But sometimes I think our significant others really need to take into consideration. It's like, you know, when a woman changes because they've had kids, it's like, oh, you just got to deal with it. It's like, you know, but you have to really understand what things mean to us. You know, it might not just be, oh, that's just that, or it's just that. You know, I just think there might, I don't know, what is that something, or am I just making that up?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. I don't know if that, I don't even know if I finished asking my, fuck, what is wrong with me?
Ask the question again, because I kind of got lost in it too.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I saw this thing, and it was like some guy just going down the street in London, and he was asking women if they could go to an island without men, would they go? And all the women were like, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. All these women. And then he asked the men the same question. If you could have a world without women, would you want that? And they were like, no way, no way.
Yeah.
No way. Like, and yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. I've been in a relationship for 21 years. And so me and my wife, we've been through it all. You know,
Yeah.
we've been through all the hard stuff, and we're probably now, it's taken us a long, long time, but we're probably more unified now than we ever have been. But that's because we've worked really fucking hard to get there.
Yeah.
And it actually takes a lot of dedication to actually get to a point where you can harmoniously live and be with somebody for that long. And that's why I guess you look at your grandparents and they've been together 65 years, and it's like, because they worked through all of the hard shit instead of just flogging it off.
Yeah.
And then they found that point of unity
Yeah.
where they actually started to work in synchronicity with each other. Instead of opposing each other, they started to just gel and work together in a way that works, you know? Like I understand that, like, as a man, like, I'm not very maternal. So I don't want to work with kids. I don't want to work with old people. I don't want to be in a job where I'm having to care for others. I like to work with my hands. I like to get dirty. I like to lift things. I like to build things. I like to see productive, I like to see I like to see the fruits of my labor sort of thing. And I understand, like, a lot of women probably wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But there is shoes do fall on the other feet.
100%.
There is a lot of men in feminine roles, and there's a lot of women in masculine roles too, and that's great.
Yeah.
But I think we just need to be a little bit more accepting of all of that. you know?
And I think, like, curious, like, rather than this is black and white and this is what it is and this is why, it's like, well, can you actually become curious with, like, an individual? Like, rather than going, all men are like this, and if that man said that and then that man said that, they mean the same thing. There's no personalization or curiosity or compassion.
It goes both ways, though. Men are guilty of it too.
100%. Yeah, it's definitely.
But
both
it's
ways.
just
Yeah. So do you work with a lot of people one-on-one?
Not so much.
No.
I work either in, like, small groups. I guess my, like, favorite, maybe not my favorite, like, I do really love running events and creating environments for people to connect. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And having, like, transformative experiences, whether that's, like, a little one or it's, like, the big one, like Unity. But yeah, I guess where I feel most lit up is in the education space. So I run like groups of training, which they get the transformative experience, but they also get the education along the way. I worked for, like, a really long time one-on-one with people. I was a beauty therapist. That kind of, like, it was kind of, like, more holistic, and there was quite a lot of healing involved in that work as well. But like, sometimes I work with people one-on-one, but my preference is to work in groups because I feel as though my genius and my favorite part of the work that I do is creating connection. Because relationship is what heals, being in relationship, not necessarily in, like, in a relationship, but being in relationship and in community is the most healing thing.
How do you break the barrier? What's a little Becc trick that you do? You were saying, before, two strangers talking or chatting. How do you? I know one way is you get what's his name, Jacob, to break the barrier. Go around hugging people, mate. I've been waiting waiting again a long time for you to come on so I could say this, mate.
Braden's got a man crush.
Oh, dude, that guy can give.
epic.
I've said it before. I love a good man hug, man. And Jesus Christ, that is by far the best I've ever had. Shout out.
He's a
Don't
beautiful
change.
human.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Oh,
Yeah.
I never felt so loved.
Embraced.
Yeah, he's
It was an
epic.
amazing experience, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
There's a lot of hugging involved. I think, like,
don't give away all your secrets.
Yeah, well, I'm happy. This is my favorite. Like, this is something
Oh,
that
okay,
I
well, tell
wish
more.
that would be spread throughout the world, that people kind of understood. It's like the overarching theme throughout all of my training and all of the events that I run is co-regulation.
Okay.
So, for me as a practitioner or as just a human being, as often as I can, like I do have 4 kids, so I get triggered by them sometimes, and I maybe get a little bit dysregulated. But
Yep.
co-regulation is essentially the way that 2 nervous systems communicate with each other unconsciously without words. So for me, the best practice in creating an environment for people to feel like safe enough or comfortable enough to connect with a complete stranger is to be in check myself, which is like resourcing and taking care of my nervous system. And I think probably through the work that I did, like previously, working, one-on-one with people all day, every day, I kind of learnt really organically to be able to create a space within myself that felt calm and safe, so that their nervous system is attuning to my nervous system. So that's like, I create that as a practice for people in events. It's kind of like the first thing we do. We usually, like do a bit of a welcome and usually take people through a little bit of a breath, which helps to sort of shift their state. But then it's, creating connection. So getting people sitting with each other, and usually like we'll prompt some questions that create that curiosity and usually create some compassion, because when you're sitting with someone in front of you who's actually being pretty raw and honest, it's, impossible not to feel a level of compassion. Yeah.
Okay.
Co-regulation is my favorite thing.
Have you created any relationships through
Yeah.
your events with 2 strangers coming
a good one.
together in those moments?
I mean, I'm just trying to think of actual like partnership relationships, but like without a doubt, there's been countless really sustaining, beautiful friendships made. Like I think back to the very first Big Ripple event that we did, which was December 2021, and there's a huge chunk of those people that I am still friends with, some of my closest friends. But also when I look out into the community, I see people that met at that event now still almost 5 years later are like best friends.
Yeah.
Or, like throughout all of the containers that I've run, there's beautiful sustaining friendships. I can't think of, there probably is relationships that were created as well, but definitely like there's a connection between so many, like,
Some kind of
really
ship.
beautiful close friendships.
Yeah.
And it's kind of become one of those things, and I guess it's probably like similar to the dad's community. It's kind of like if you're there, you belong, It's like if you walk into that space, you belong here.
Yeah.
And it's inevitable that you'll be accepted and that you'll be cared for and that you'll click with someone. And,
That's right.
I mean, like you guys.
And you get as much as you put in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. And I noticed you do like another like little like side gig with like, is it sunset picnics on the beach or something like
the
that?
Sunrise Sisterhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another epic movement. So a really close, well, she's become a close friend through her movement. Tam Moroney runs Sunrise Sisterhood. So it's a movement that she created about 3 years, it's coming up to their 3rd birthday, just to get women together to connect and have a space just to be, and have a bit of fun. And then
Yeah, because I guess, it's something that we see through the dad's community is that when you get to, fatherhood and you get to sort of middle age, you lose a lot of those connections or friendships that you had with people in your earlier life because, you had things that kept you together, but then, you slowly part ways. And so hard to make friends as adults. But
Yeah.
you kind of need these things that kind of prompt you into relationships and connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so and we get a lot of people saying, oh, well, is there like a dad's community for women? And it's like, well, I don't know if there's a mum's community, but there obviously is a lot of little things happening.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere
Might
too.
have to look into.
So
getting
what's that one called again?
Sunrise Sisterhood.
And where does that
So
happen?
majority of like the main kind of movement, Thames sort of scope is the Sunny Coast.
Yep.
But there's an amazing girl in North Brizzy who runs the Moreton Bay Sunrise Sisterhood.
Cool.
Her name's Taylor. So for the ladies that are looking for the mums community,
And where does she do that?
at Redcliffe.
Redcliffe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If anyone's out there looking, you can find her on
I'd have
Instagram.
to-
Yeah.
I'll have to
Morton
reach
Bay's
out.
Sunrise Sisterhood.
Well, you can't
Well, Jess
but,
is
you know.
actually.
I'll reach out.
because you're not a female.
Oh, you could still reach out and say
Yeah.
hey.
So, hey, come on and talk about your movement.
Well, yeah, yes.
Sister.
There you go.
So Jess that you guys had on is a part of that movement as well. She's
Yeah.
good friends with Taylor.
Oh, awesome.
Like 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Is did they have something on this weekend?
Yeah, the wellness rave.
Is that at a farm?
I think they went to the farm the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had like 150 women.
Yeah, and there was like heaps of what are those little cows?
Oh yeah, the little Highland
Highland
cows.
cows.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm in the know, mate.
There
I
you
know
go.
my shit. I know
Yeah.
my shit.
Watching
I know what
stories.
I
I'm
know what
surprised.
I know what people are doing, mate.
Yeah.
I know.
You got your
I'm-
finger on the pulse.
I do, and that's the beauty of the cast, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I stay friends with everyone. Once you're on here, that's it.
You're
You're not just a
I
guest.
belong.
You're part of the herd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I love
Yeah.
about it.
That's it.
It's a way of making friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's
A lot
right.
of lot of good things have come from our guests for me, so
Mm.
Yeah.
I love having guests on.
Braden's the social butterfly.
I know.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I love it. It's just it's just so different because I'm learning something all the time about what all our guests do, but
Mm.
not once have we really had someone in here that's been a fuckhead, and I haven't dealt with them again afterwards. Like honestly, I still text heaps of I've become really good friends with obviously with Sam. Like he's one of my closest friends. I've got you guys and Kevin 07, but and the dads from Lara's friendship group, but the friend that I've made on my own.
Yeah.
And Big Boy.
Yeah. That's right.
But yeah, anyway,
Look at you go.
I'm on a different world tonight, aren't I?
Wow. Yeah.
I am. I'm
You're
not
on-
right tonight.
You're in fine form, mate.
No, I'm not. My ADHD has just gone fucking
Next level.
this next level tonight. I got a million
Next
things
level.
going in my head, asking questions and getting distracted through my own questions. For anyway, see,
It's okay. It's okay. So, what does the future hold for Becc? What do you got going on? What do you got coming up?
So I'm running a really beautiful mixed gender retreat in November, which I'm super excited about. So it's sort of like the big unity events, like 80 people. And it's like the pattern interrupt. It's a big transformative day. And so sort of like the flow on from that for a much smaller group of people is running a retreat for men and women with lots of really beautiful, it's kind of like the extended, more personalized experience that really gets to create new friendships, new connections, and I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, nice.
And then training as well. I'm going to start a new opportunity for people to do like a smaller introductory training.
Okay.
So that's for people that want to become facilitators or are already facilitators or practitioners, to kind of give them a different scope of practice, looking at somatics and nervous system and being aware of trauma and how that works in everybody. And just for everyday people. Like for me, I'm like, if the whole entire world could learn this stuff, we would have a completely different world. We'd have completely different individuals, families, communities, systems. So that's really exciting. That's coming up this year as well. And then early next year, I'll do my big comprehensive training. That's like 4 months. It's like a practitioner training for people to get a really solid scope of practice working with people, supporting their nervous system, helping them to reorganize and integrate trauma, breath work, obviously, movement. Yeah, it's really...
Heaps going on.
Yeah, and then like Braden, I've got 50,000 things pinging off in my brain every day. Like, oh my God, I want to do that. Oh my God, I want to do that. Oh my God, I want to do that.
It was like today at work, I had the 3 screens going, but I had all my tabs open on the front screen and I wasn't using my other 2. And the other project manager was like, why don't you use all screens? I'm like, I don't know, man.
One's too much.
Yeah.
So what? So we've touched on breathwork, facilitating, teaching, yin yoga. What are some other things that you dabble in that people probably aren't as aware of?
Parenting.
Oh, yeah,
A
perfect.
whole lot of parenting.
So how do you juggle it all? How does Beck juggle all that with what you're trying to achieve?
The honest answer to that
Yeah, mate.
is like I had to kind of drop my standards or my ego with each child. So at this point, like I've got 3 teenagers. I've got almost 19, almost 16, almost 15, and I've got an 8.5-year-old. So when I say drop my standards, I mean like take the pressure off myself to get it perfect. Take the illusion or the void away from not having another parent helping. I think I've noticed only in like just an awareness that I've had recently is like, oh, this is actually, I'm good. Like, I'm okay. I'm enjoying parenting. I love my family. I'm present. I'm more present with my kids than I've ever been. And there's not that feeling of like resentment or like a void of like somebody else should be here doing this with me. So I guess like the work that I've done, like to kind of like taking my own medicine, practicing what I preach has created a space for me to, to be able to do it all without thinking too much that I'm failing or becoming complacent and
You've
avoidant.
released yourself of like the
Yeah.
expectations.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have to be perfect. If
Yeah.
they're breathing, it's a win.
They're breathing, they're eating, they're sleeping.
What
a lot.
what do you reckon? What would your parents? What would how would your kids describe you? From what you were saying about like how you drop your standard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have they ever said to you like they've noticed a change or a difference, or where you were 5 years ago, or anything like that?
Yeah. I mean, they probably don't say it as much. Like the younger one is oblivious, and I'm
Yeah.
like, lucky you have no idea.
Yeah.
The middle 2 are quite. Yeah, they don't kind of give feedback like that.
No.
I mean, if we had a conversation about it, they'd be like, yeah, you are, like you're different. Or sometimes I remind them because I'm like, hey, remember when I used to drop you off and then you go to after school care, you barely saw me and I'd be running around like a mad person 24/7, working 24/7. But my eldest daughter and I are like super close.
That's good.
She's 19, so she's like kind of feels like my sister sometimes. So we have lots of conversations about that, and she works with me as well. So she's like probably one of the most emotionally intelligent 19-year-olds there are on the planet. But yeah, I guess like she really acknowledges and notices the difference in my level of presence, and yeah.
Guess she's more aware of it
Yeah.
than the other 3.
Yeah. They're still in their own world, aren't they?
Yeah.
They always will be to some extent.
Yeah, I think that for those 2 it'll probably be more when they have kids and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, this is a lot more than I thought it was.
Yeah, and then when they realize how much you've done on like just on your own,
Yeah.
they'll really go, fuck.
Yeah.
Super mum.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I think I've just gotten so used to it that I'm like, it's just normal.
It's
But
normal?
sometimes I stop and I'm like, actually, like this is a lot.
How-
You know?
Can I ask, how did you, like, I wouldn't say give yourself permission to feel like that, but, like you said, to a certain point, you had to just go, okay, I just got to lower how I not have the standard set so high, or that bar set so high. How did you get to that? Because sometimes I still find myself like, oh, I need to be here for my kids, but really you only need to be. What was the epiphany or the defining moment where you've gone like, you know what, fuck it.
I don't know that there was one defining moment. I think
Or realization.
I think it was more like slowly over time the way that I've reorganized my life and like I guess integrated a lot of the past stuff that was probably like interfering, like just like past traumas that were interfering in the way that I was showing up. That's been a pretty long and ongoing process for a long time. And what that's allowed me to, I guess, like materialize in my life is the change from being like pretty anxious.
Yeah.
Like it was 7 years ago, like having anxiety attacks pretty much constantly, being a workaholic, being like quite dysregulated, relying on like not heavily drinking, but relying on like a drink at the end of the day, and being disconnected from my family over, like a period of probably more like 6 or 7 years to now, like I don't even drink coffee. I don't really drink alcohol. I've got a business that works around my family and it's something that really fulfills me. I'm available and present with my kids. I guess it's like there was no shortcut to get to that point. It
Yeah,
was
of course.
just all of the sort of steps along the way. But I've got to like honestly say that I've done like every single modality healing thing under the sun, and it was really not until I got to this trauma and somatic work, like experiencing that for myself, that really big sustainable things started shifting to get me to this point of like, oh, life's
Yeah.
actually really good.
Yeah.
So if people are going through that life that you were going through and they're living that right now, and they're kind of sitting there going, well, how do I change these things? Like, how do I stop being so anxious? How do I get out of this stress-driven life? Obviously, you've already like created this kind of path that you had
Trendsetter.
that you had to get through. So, what would be the piece of advice that you would give to people to kind of like have to like not go through all of the stuff? You're right there, Dean.
Jesus, who is this guy?
Fired. To
Actually, no, not.
fast track them to be able to kind of jump a few steps.
Yeah.
What would the advice be that you'd give to people?
I think probably one of the like simplified formulas I've come up with, because I can go down like rabbit holes and like there's a lot of complexity.
Yeah, and
to it all.
I guess and it's a very broad statement
yeah.
too. Like a lot of people go through a lot of different things. So.
Yeah, I would say 2 things. There's kind of like pillars of support when it comes to like addressing the state of your nervous system. So there's like 4 kind of tangible things to look at in your life. One is the quality of the connections that you have in your life. One is the amount of solitude that you have, like not isolation, but solitude. And
solitude, do you mean that like peace?
Some time to yourself undistracted, which is, like that's challenging in
like just sitting there and listening to tunes.
Yeah, or like going for a walk on your own, or just going and sitting at the beach or in nature, or just even being in your bedroom with a cup of tea. And like
I love
when
it.
you have a family, it's like they're challenging things to prioritize, but without prioritizing, there's a cost. So solitude, connection, healthy, not isolation, not just any old connection, but like connections that actually really fuel you. Rest, which can be really like it's really freaking obvious, but it's also again can be really challenging. And healthy stress. So like we're all not all stress is bad. Like not all of that zingy fight and flight energy is a bad thing. Like there's a lot of healthy stresses like exercise, saunas, breath work, things that get you moving and mobilized that are good for you. And I think probably one of the other things that's really underrated is something that most of us weren't given a map for, and that's setting boundaries.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of my favorite things.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's a journey in itself too.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's not
Yeah.
easy.
It's not
It's
easy.
not easy,
Yeah.
but you've got to set your boundaries. Otherwise, you just open yourself up to toxicity.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of the time we grow up learning how to be a people pleaser,
Mhm,
and then
yeah.
we have to undo all of that.
Yep.
And then it's not until we're in our 30s that we actually learn how to set a few boundaries for ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's not until we get to our 40s that we're kind of like, okay, well, actually now I know how to set some fucking boundaries, and I'm going to
Mhm.
do that.
You just
And it's like,
you become more brutal
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
don't
No,
you?
you do.
You just go, fuck, that's it.
Yeah.
You're done.
you do.
I think
do.
there's a I guess like a hack for recovering people pleasers learning boundaries, and
Mhm.
that for me, like I remember first setting boundaries, and it was the most foreign thing in the world, and it felt like a baby giraffe trying to walk for the first time.
Because you feel like you're upsetting people, or
Yeah,
you feel like people are going
it's
to be
actually
angry at
feels
you.
dangerous.
Yeah.
But then you
set
realize it's at your
boundaries.
cost.
Yeah,
Once you
Yeah.
realize that it's at your cost,
yeah,
That's right.
you go, why the fuck do I care then?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
The hack though is when you are able to set a boundary, what you're actually giving the other person is empowerment, because you're like, okay, this is the information that I want to share with you. This is what I need. This is my limit to a certain situation. Here's my boundary. That's like handing someone information that's really valuable for like a healthy connection, and that gives them empowered choice, right? So if it's like, if I say to you like, oh, like, I don't know, I can't think of an example off the top of my head.
Yeah,
But
don't do
if-
what I do. Don't say something random about plugging stuff and
filling
Jesus
holes.
Christ.
I'm going to clip that one.
No, don't, because Beck gets it. Because
No, I'm going to clip it and I'm going to put it on the
oh
internet.
yeah, I just didn't get a chance to say. Oh, that sounded creepy.
Yeah, for me, it's like, okay, I have come to a place where I'm really discerning in what is good for me and what doesn't work for me. And so if I can say to somebody who I care about, look, this is how I feel a bit about this situation. This is my limit on it. Like, how does that feel for you? Like, then they get to go, oh, okay, thank you, because that if it's a genuine connection and somebody that genuinely respects and loves and cares about you, they're like, oh, that's awesome to know, because now I get to give you what you need. So it's kind of like, it's good for a people pleaser to look at it in that way.
That's right.
Or a recovering people pleaser, because it's like, I'm actually doing the best thing for somebody that loves me by giving them that information.
Yeah, you set your boundary and you tell them, well, this is how I feel about something, and if they choose to ignore it, well, then you go, okay, well,
Yeah, and then it allows you to create more discernment, right?
Yep.
About like, oh, okay, well, there's,
maybe you should.
yeah, like put you on the outer ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like that's what you said before, though. As you get older, your circle changes anyway.
That's right.
You can't help it. It's
No.
it's inevitable.
Yeah. It changes. Yeah. No, it's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you've got for us, Beck?
Yeah. Anything else
What,
you
else
want
can-
to?
what other wisdom can you share with
Yeah,
us?
please. We're
No.
just
Like,
listening and
there's lots.
advice to men
were
to
talking,
women.
You were talking before the podcast about, I guess, the different types of people that you do see who are seeking this sort of stuff that that you do, and I guess a lot of what you see is like you see a lot of people with like these like underlying traumas or addictions or stuff like that. Do you generally see like quite big transformations within people if they really stick with
Yeah.
what you do?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think because, especially in the last few years, my main kind of work that I was doing was the training. So I was running training twice a year. So there's definitely people that pop straight to mind who, and men specifically, that their feedback to me has been that their life was saved by the work that we did together, which is like, I mean, you can't really get better than that,
Yeah.
I feel.
It's a great review.
5-star
yes.
Google review right there.
And then I guess I'm really lucky that I get to see that out. You know, it's probably really easy at the end of a big, exciting, transformative event where everyone's like high on the day to get a testimonial and people go, oh my God, that was such an amazing day. You should totally do it. But I get the joy of seeing people years later continue to develop and continue to kind of follow the threads and create whatever is meant for them in their individual journey. And like, yeah, like I was chatting to one of my good mates today who came through my training, and like me, we're like twins basically. He's done lots of different trainings. Like I've done 3 breathwork certifications, and I think the when he did mine, it was his 3rd as well. And he was chatting to me about a session that he ran over the weekend, like an event that he ran over the weekend, and he was like, this is how I navigated that. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, because the way that I do things is quite different to any other breathwork facilitation. And he's like, that's really what I got out of your training, was that to look at it from a completely different perspective that allows someone to have a different outcome that's going to better them. So, yeah, and that was like, he did my training over a year ago. So, yeah. I'm pretty blessed to be able to see
'Cause I guess
ongoing transformations.
what you're doing is you're creating a toolbox with people,
Yeah,
and then they go away and use the toolbox to create something.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
A tool chest.
yeah.
That's right.
And
I think ultimately it's like my favorite part about this particular work is not about me for a start. It's like I'm just really excited that I get to share the information and the knowledge that I have, but somebody else gets to take that and turn it into their kind of wisdom. I just lost my train of thought. It was really
hey,
good.
welcome to the club. Yeah. It's not just me.
No, I totally understand what you're saying. It's yeah, watching people grow from what you've created, and then down the line they've created something more and something
Yeah,
different and something
different.
else. And
That was my point.
and-
It's like to create an environment for something different to happen. That's actually like what creates change and sustainability over time.
So, how much work goes into a like a ripple effect? Because I remember after the one that you recently did, you did a video and you were like spent, you were exhausted. Like that. How long does that? What's the lead up like for you? You know,
Big.
you'd be all this planning to the day. Then you're putting all your energy into help serving and helping others. And how do you look after yourself during that period too? Like, with the stress of, well, I guess it's maybe a healthy stress because it's something that you enjoy doing as
I
well,
love
but it
it.
would still be stressful.
Yeah. There's
And then-
parts of it that are really stressful.
And then how do you like, deregulate or
decompress?
decompress?
Yeah.
Because I would imagine, like, the last thing you'd want to do is what you've just taught everyone as well at the same time. Like, you've just done it for how many months and then you've just put an event on. Like, do you just sit in some trackies and watch some trash TV, or like,
I'm addicted to Grey's Anatomy.
Hey, but like, but seriously, like, how do you just go?
Yeah, so the first part of your question, the lead up or like the build for an event like that is huge. It's like at least 6 months of
Shit.
pre-planning, because there's a team as well. There's like our team was like 12 people.
Yeah.
And then there's like I've kind of forgot because we hadn't run the big event for a couple of years. And I forgot what those last few days of like trying to make sure the numbers are even is like. It's literally like being on an out of control roller coaster.
Yeah.
For me, everyone else, my team was having a great time. We had like a beautiful Airbnb for the weekend, the whole team. And on the day before, I was like shaking in the corner, and they're all just having a blast. But yeah, like for me, that part's the stressful part, all the like admin and the making sure everything's even and like staying up to date with posting on social media. But the event itself is like refueling,
It's the reward. It's
fulfilling,
yeah.
like, and especially the one that we just ran. Like, I didn't actually feel tired after the event. I
Yeah.
felt just like, like
Yeah.
amazing. And then it's the other side of it is then cleaning up, pack down,
Yeah.
getting back into a normal routine. But I think the beauty of it is that I get to have, like I've created a life that I don't kind of need a holiday from. So when I have that sort of like portion, that huge energy input into such a massive event, I get to go back to my life that holds me. So yeah, trackies, definitely.
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy, like hanging out with my best friend. My poor best friend was like, I can't wait for this event to be over. I'm really excited about it, but I can't wait to have you back.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
all of those things, healthy stress, good connection, solitude, and rest.
Good connection, man. That's the key,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it
Like,
really is.
you only learn that when you're older.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, that's right.
the right people around you.
That's right. And where can people find you?
On
Becc?
Instagram mostly is
Yep.
probably that's where I'm most present.
Yep.
So the Ripple Effect Movement on Instagram. On my personal is Balance with Becc. They're pretty interconnected.
Yep.
Yeah.
And do you have Facebook?
Yeah, I've got Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under the same
The Ripple Effect Movement. Yeah.
Ripple Effect movement?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're going to chuck those links in the comments
Yeah.
or on the description of the videos and stuff so people can reach out, find you.
Awesome.
When is your next event? Do you have one lined up?
Well, the retreat is the next thing.
The
So
retreat, yes.
December?
is
Yep.
20th of November.
Oh, it's
so
way off.
3 days in like super luxe
Okay.
Montville House.
Is it booked out or is there still
There's
spaces
still some
available?
spaces.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Share the link.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get in on that if
Yeah.
if you feel that's what you need. Yeah. It's been a pleasure, Becc.
Thank you.
It has.
We've
It's been
been
really. We talked about it for a while, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. It finally happened.
we've
got
loved having you on.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for
Commuting.
commuting down and just breaking up the male the male guest train
Yeah,
that
no worries.
we get on. But it's all good. It's also something that we've been trying to balance a little bit is the male to female guest ratio
Yeah.
because we do want to cater to everyone.
Yeah.
And it's good to get both sides of the story.
That's right.
Mm.
That's
You know,
right.
it's- like you said, we mostly have male guests on and get their male opinions and views, and it's good to, like you said, because we
But we also really like to just have interesting people on.
yeah,
and
absolutely
do
yeah.
interesting things and especially people who care and want to help others. It's great.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So it's been a pleasure, Becc.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome. And remember, guys, if you like what we do, comment, like, subscribe, share. You find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
And one day LinkedIn.
one day LinkedIn, and
I've got no idea how to I don't even know where that is.
listen and watch us on Spotify,
Start a
YouTube,
new account.
Apple Podcasts. There we go. Till next week. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Becc.
Thank you.
Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.